And welcome back to another episode of The Credit Authority. Once again, I am your host, Rhonda Kulch, and I am so glad that you tuned in today because I like to bring you special guests and special friends of mine. This guy right here is my friend Mitch Goldberg, and he is with Client First Strategy. No, I botched that. Client.
You got it right.
Did
Client
I?
First Strategy. You did it. You go, girl.
You go, girl.
Hey, who has two thumbs and is a special guest?
There you go. This guy right here.
That was so cheesy.
You know what happens is that it's okay. What happens is that you become friends with somebody and you don't identify with them as a brand name. I identify you as, if I have a client, you're going to go talk to my friend Mitch.
There
and
you
he'll
go.
take care of you.
And that's the way it should be. My father used to tell me he was a successful businessman, and he used to say, if you do it right, your clients and associates will become your friends.
We just got done filming the other day another segment for the show, and we were talking about power teams and the importance of power teams in business. And that's exactly what we spoke about. It's that you want to spend time with the people that you enjoy, because when you're putting so many hours a week into work, you want to make sure that those hours are impactful.
You don't want your life to go by 35, 40 years of your working years and look back and say, I wasted my time, I didn't enjoy it. I mean, if you must enjoy the journey. We all end up in the same place. You must enjoy the journey.
100%.
Life is the journey. We're getting pretty philosophical here, right?
We are.
But that has to do with money, because money could be very philosophical. I mean, money creates emotions, or lack of money creates emotions. Sometimes money changes people, or maybe if it doesn't change them, it brings out more of who they really are. Maybe it brings out the bad, not necessarily the good. So these are a lot of things that we both watch out for. We have the self-awareness, but a lot of people don't. So we were talking about, I'm a financial advisor, and I wanted you to be on my radio show, LI News Radio 103.9 FM, Money in the Morning with Mitch Goldberg. Thank you very much. See that shameless plug? I said it so fast, you can't even cut me off, you know? But there's what I love about what you do is there's a place for both of us that is necessary.
Yeah. It's absolutely necessary, especially culturally where we are. Money is so emotional. And I think that when clients come to us for support, understanding where they are, because not everybody's at the same place year after year after year. There's life events, there's challenges. And I know you understand that, and your clients understand that, just like mine. But if I'm thinking about referring you a client, there's so many different organizations out there, right? Like every time you turn around, there's another mortgage guy, there's another realtor, there's another financial planner. We want to work with the best, right? So we're careful with who we work with, but what separates you from everybody else?
I think it's, okay, first of all, we're on Long Island, so financial services is huge here.
Yeah.
You know, it's like when you're at a networking event and I say, what do you do? Financial advisor. It's like, oh, another one?
I know.
Another one? Okay, well, I don't know if there's such a thing as the best. Like, maybe there's somebody who's the best in a particular niche.
Okay.
I think you have to take a look at personalities and what do you do that's differently. Some are good at being, and I think this is really where for me, in my own opinion, where the value comes in is being an accountability partner to your client. In other words, when we have to do something, it's not just, here's all the things you have to do, let me charge you a fee to manage your money, good luck, goodbye. No, it's going to be me calling you. Did you do that Roth conversion yet? Did you change your investments from your 401k to a Roth 401k? Did you update your estate plan yet? I haven't heard from an attorney yet. You have to do this. It's the accountability. It's the hold-handing, the pushing somebody to do what they have to do.
And we deal with that all the time. Clients come to us looking for support, and they're looking to have a brighter future, but they take no accountability in being part of the plan. So there's, and that's okay with some of the things that we do, right? There are certain times that I could have a client come to me and I'll say, look, if you want to be hands off, that's fine, as long as you've learned what we've done along the way.
Sure.
But then there are those clients that it does not matter. They're not learning from their mistakes, or they learn how to manipulate the scenario.
There are different times when people just have to fall so far, so hard to take accountability. And it's not everybody has the accountability. I find the difference for me as a financial advisor and for you as, and I don't want to be like, I want to make sure we all have our roles here, and this is why I love to work with you. This is why I love to have you on my podcast and my radio show and all the other cool things we do, right? But the thing is, when people come to me, it's usually they already have pretty decent personal finance habits. They already know how to save. They already know how to invest. They already know how to be pretty good with money. And they're ready to use a financial advisor. But if someone doesn't know how to save, they don't know how to budget, they don't know how to get started, or they have maybe had starts and fits, I think they come to you because they don't really have the personal finance down. They don't have the habits yet. They don't understand what their credit score is all about. They don't know how to fix that. There's a certain missing link that needs to be taken care of, I think, before people work with a financial advisor. A financial advisor is not supposed to coach people. I hate how this is going to sound. A financial advisor is not supposed to coach people with no money. Financial advisors get paid to work with people who have financial needs, who have money.
Yeah.
And I think that people have to go through a step or two before they work with a financial advisor. A lot of people figure it out on their own. They have good guidance. Their parents taught them good money habits, or they learn on their own. But a lot of people need to work with you to get there.
And we just spoke about this yesterday because on our side, a client will come to me, they have a credit problem, a financial problem, and a lot of times people think that a credit problem and a financial problem are one problem. Believe it or not, a majority of the clients that we see at Equity First do well financially. They've just had, again, life events. They didn't wake up one day and say, today I decided not to pay my bills. There's been some sort of a life event, or they weren't taught properly to be accountable and responsible.
There's a difference between someone who got caught up because of health expenses, which is the biggest cause of bankruptcy.
Absolutely.
Is health costs. And then there are those who just don't know anything. You know, there's a reason why about 70% statistically of lottery winners go broke. Because if you didn't have good personal finance habits when you had no money, or very little money,
Absolutely.
they just become super magnified when you have a lot of money. And they just go through it just like they had no money.
And we deal with that all the time because the clients that we see, they're just stuck, right? Like they're stuck. And it's usually not a one and done. Most of the clients we see, I can tell by having conversation and going through the reports that it's habitual. So like anything, you have to break the bad habit. And we have to stop them in the cycle. It goes back to what you're saying about having an accountability partner. And that's what my team of consultants is doing for the client. Week after week, making sure that they're following the plan and that they're part of the plan so that they can learn from the experience to put themselves in a better position.
You know, we find a certain joy, or I should say a dopamine hit through needs, through habits. And it's similar to overeating.
Imagine what I feel like. I'm high all day.
Okay, there you
We
go.
have tons of success, and we breed off of that.
You are high energy.
I am high
You are
energy.
high
One
energy.
speed.
So money is emotional. And usually poor eating habits, poor personal finance habits, these are a reflection of certain needs or emotions that are not being addressed by somebody. And I do find that as a financial advisor, and I pretty much think every financial advisor you speak with, and there are a lot of good ones here on Long Island, by the way, but I think when you speak to most of them anyway, probably all of them, they will tell you that there's a big component of being almost like a psychologist to clients, especially the experienced financial advisors. I've been doing this for over 30 years, and you've seen so many people go through challenges, overcome challenges, and you just want to give that benefit of that experience to everybody to help them out.
And you have to hope that they embrace it. So on that note, once again, you have tuned in today to the Credit Authority, where I am with my friend Mitch Goldberg. And Mitch, how does somebody, find you? Like, what if they want to actually, have a conversation with you and see what you're all about off air?
Okay. clientfirststrategy.com. Okay, client first, all spelled out, strategy.com. I'm all over LinkedIn. I'm all over Instagram. Mitch, my Instagram is InstaMitchG. Mitchell Goldberg on LinkedIn. Client First Strategy on Facebook. Client First Strategy on YouTube. And Mitch_Goldberg on Twitter. I'm pretty easy to find.
It's pretty accessible.
I'd love to have a conversation with you, and if it's a 15-minute conversation that could do you some good, I'm all for it.
I love it. Stay tuned. We're getting ready to bring you another guest.
Thank you.
You got it.